Righto guys, thank you everyone for coming here today for an extra in Christchurch. My name's Steve Dean from Duco Events. We'll start with an apology from David Higgins, the Director of Duco, who couldn't make it down today. He had urgent business in Auckland to take care of, so I'll be speaking on behalf of Duco today. First thing I'd like to say is obviously these events really don't happen without the support of our sponsors. So that's why we're here today at Flooring Extra Christchurch. Thank you very much, Richard, for inviting us here today. This event probably wouldn't be happening without Flooring Extra support. And we've got a whole other bunch of great sponsors who make things like this happen. Obviously, Christchurch, New Zealand have really helped us out. That's why we're in this city, helping to provide the wonderful arena, Horncastle Arena. We'll all be on Saturday night to watch these guys go about their business in very entertaining fashion. We'd also like to thank our platinum sponsors, Christchurch Airport and Christchurch Casino, who have partnered with us on a couple of events, and they're wonderful partners, and we can't thank them enough. Our gold sponsors, the Rock FM, Interior Plastering Services, our water sponsor, Waiheke Water, and also we put that one down, and our charity partner, Cystic Fibrosis New Zealand, and our design partner, Pipe Group Advertising. So thank you very much to all of you guys. I'll start by introducing the people we've got here today, standing behind me. We have obviously a man who needs no introduction, but we'll get one anyway, former WBO champion Joseph Parker. Joseph, of course, remains the only man to have taken Anthony Joshua to the full 12 rounds, and is really only a good win away from getting back in the heavyweight title hunt. So, with Joseph is one of Christchurch's favourite sons, and really behind me, Kevin Barry, an Olympic medalist and New Zealand's foremost boxing coach. And Joseph, of course, will be fighting Alexander Flores here on my right. Alex is a young, hungry fighter from the States with a 17 one-on-one record and 15 KOs. I've been fortunate enough to spend a bit of time with Alex in his 2 trips to New Zealand. He's a lovely, polite, respectful young man, but don't let that fool you. There's a certain look in his eye, and he comes here with bad intentions, and he's here to win. Also today we have the main undercard fighters. We have Junior Farr standing to my left, the WBO world number 10, the man who's going to big places in a hurry, and he'll be fighting Rogelio Olmarossi from Argentina, who's here on my right. It's a long way for Rogelio to come. It's a massive fight for Junior as he looks to maintain his unbeaten record and put himself in the picture for some really big fights, and by that I mean very big fights. Of course, one of them would be an all-Kiwi showdown with the man he's standing next to, so I'm sure a lot of us in the room could anticipate that one coming. And of course, last but never least, we have the brown butter bean, David Latelli, coming out of retirement here today. Wonderful to have you, David. I must say, I saw Money check into his hotel this morning, and I thought, rather you than me, mate. He's, Money Badaway here is a huge unit and didn't get the nickname The Beast for nothing, so that's going to be one hell of an entertaining contest. We've got a professional athlete making his pro debut, and we've got the guy who's had 19 fights in his own particular style, who really knows how to look after himself in the ring, so that's a definite candidate for fight of the night. So it's all on Saturday night, Horncastle Arena in Christchurch. We've got 8 professional fighters, 1 corporate bout, and it makes up to what many people are saying is the strongest boxing card we've ever seen in this country. So on that note, I'd now like to introduce Kevin Barry to say a few words. Kevin, just read the thoughts, please, on Saturday night.
Good afternoon. About 20 minutes ago, when I found out that Mr. Higgins wasn't coming, they asked me to talk a little bit about the card. And let me say that Christchurch is a very proud city of boxing. It's had a great tradition in boxing for many, many years, going back to the Dion Murphy days, to Norm Fisher, who ran the hotel. There's a lot of famous families, the Calverts, the Bells, the Mitchells, the Barrys, have a very proud tradition here in Christchurch. And when we had a second opportunity of bringing a professional card to Christchurch, it was something that I felt very, very strongly about. We had a lot of support here in 2016 when Joe fought Solomona here. It was a sellout event. The city got in behind it, and we wanted to make sure that this card was going to be not only a great main event, but a very exciting card. And honestly, looking at it, I think this is the best card that's been put together in New Zealand this year. And a lot of that credit has to go to my younger brother Brian, who was the matchmaker for this event. He's worked with managers and trainers throughout the country to put together a very good card. We've got 8 professional fights. Most cards in New Zealand, or most Joseph Parker cards that we've done in the past have had 5 or 6 fights. Most other cards in New Zealand barely get 5 or 6. We've got 8, and we've got 8 high quality fights. The night starts off with Sam Watt. Sam is a Christchurch boy who's a 2-time amateur super heavyweight champion making his professional debut. So I'm sure that being a successful Cantabrian, it'll be an exciting fight to start the night. Then we have a New Zealand welterweight women's professional fight with Megan McClellan and Michaela Jenkins. Now these two girls, or these two ladies, fought each other about 6 months ago, and they fought to a standstill, and it was a draw. And everyone who saw that event said it was an amazing fight, and those who saw it wanted to see it again. And we were very excited to have these ladies on the card, because I think this could be the fight that actually steals the night. And it's for the ParkerBOX New Zealand welterweight women's title. We have David Light, probably the busiest fighter in New Zealand this year, fighting at cruiserweight. He's got a record of 10-0. His trainer Isaac Peach and his manager have done an outstanding job of putting him in front of anyone that wants to step into the ring with him. Now this young guy is a former Commonwealth Games silver medalist, took a little bit of time off and turned to the professional ranks and didn't waste any time. 10 fights this year, 10-0, 7 KOs. He's fighting Lance Bryant, and those who know professional boxing in New Zealand have seen Lance Bryant. They know that he's a very, very tough fighter. He's fought in Christchurch before. He's a former New Zealand cruiserweight champion. About 4 weeks ago, he fought an undefeated fighter in Poland, went over there, dropped the guy with a body shot. They called it low. The hometown boy got a hometown decision, and he got a loss. But this fight is going to be a very exciting fight in the cruiserweight division. Canterbury's leading fighter, Bowen Morgan, is also on the card, and really Bowen has the credentials to be the main event on any card in New Zealand. Anyone who follows boxing knows who Bowen Morgan is. A tremendous athlete. He looks fantastic every time he fights. He's a come-forward fighter, throws a lot of punches. He's fighting for the ParkerBOX Super Welterweight title against Sniper Singh from Fiji. Singh comes here with a big reputation. They had no hesitation in taking this fight, and that's going to be a very exciting 10-round Super Welterweight contest. As Steve said before, all the guys up here, they're all on the card. It's great to see my old mate Butterbean back into the ring. We know that he retired. He had a very exciting career. He's done a lot of tremendous work in the community with weight loss, and I think him fighting, coming out of retirement to fight this beast over here is it's quite a big step for him. But he's coming out to promote his cause and the work that he does in the community here in New Zealand. And that fight's going to be for sports people and just for the public in New Zealand who have watched both these guys, especially Manu, the number of times he's represented New Zealand and the Warriors. Seeing him in another code as a professional boxer is something that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing. The co-main in this fight, Junior Farr, a guy that's, his team bring him here with the undefeated record. He's 15-0, 8 KOs. He's just had some very good work overseas. and I'm sure he's in tremendous form. You know, he's fighting a guy who hasn't been too active, but a guy who's experienced, who's fought. He's been in the ring with a world champion. So look, it'll be a good test for Junior, and hopefully after this fight we'll see him, you know, challenging some of the ranked guys, and they'll start progressing him a little further. The main fight here today is a very, very important fight. It's a fight that we find ourselves, our team, Joseph Parker and his team, in a position that we've never been in before. We're coming off back-to-back losses. We fought in two of the biggest fights in the world this year. We were beaten by very, very good opposition, and we're in a fight that we have to win. Joe's fighting for his career. He's prepared very well. He understands the significance of this fight. We know that Alexander Flores comes here in very good shape. I saw this guy when he was in New Zealand about 8 weeks ago. Was carrying a little bit of weight. I saw him a week ago in my gym in Las Vegas. Sorry, getting a little dry. He looks in tremendous shape. We know that this is a very serious fight for him. He's been given an opportunity that he has been searching for his whole career. A fight that actually means something. Joseph Parker's had some tremendous promotional assistance throughout his career. This man behind me hasn't. He's done a lot with a small team. He has now aligned himself with Keith and Roy Jones' team, and hence they're here in the big fight in New Zealand. This makes him a very, very dangerous opponent for us because he has nothing to lose. He doesn't have the names on his record that Joseph Parker has on his. He doesn't have the big profile fights that Joseph Parker has been in. But one thing he does have is he has a fighter's heart and a fighter's determination. And he knows that this fight can change his whole life. So we know that we're going to get the very best that Alexander Flores has to offer. And we've prepared accordingly because coming off back-to-back losses, we must win. And Joe, the way he has prepared, the way he has sparred, 116 rounds of sparring in preparation for this fight, the training 3 times a day for the last 8 weeks in Vegas, the tapering off here in New Zealand. This man is very focused, very hungry, and there is a reason why Joseph Parker went the distance with Anthony Joshua, the only fighter ever to do it. And there is a reason why Joseph Parker, after getting headbutted in the cerebellum, stayed on his feet and had Dillian White down in the last round. Because Joseph Parker is an elite fighter. He is one of the very best heavyweights in the world. We know we're coming off back-to-back losses, but we're going to be turning that around on Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, sets the scene indeed, doesn't it? It's going to be a tremendous night on Saturday night. Now, what we're going to do now is ask the guys to come up one by one and just give us their thoughts on their fight. So we'll start with you, the President Frenching Both teams. Would you like to come and explain what you're doing here, mate?
Yeah, thank you to Foreign Extra and to Duco for getting us here. I just want to make a challenge to the media. You know, before every press conference, I used to start thinking about what antics and what costume I was going to turn up in. And today I just thought I'd come and just be myself. And that's, you know, I really, I challenge you to put this sort of stuff in the media. What I want to talk about is 4 years ago, I was offered a lifeline by Dave Higgins at 210 kilos to jump on a Joe Parker card and to help turn my life around. We had no idea it would turn into what it has, you know, with the antics that I was pulling and at each fight. but I've managed to lose over 100 kilos. Why I'm doing this and why I come out of retirement is to raise awareness for my group BBN. What we do is we give people hope and we give people their lives back. We give them the tools that they're able to do it, and it's through no gimmicks, it's through hard work. I speak at school. I spoke at 2 schools in South Auckland last night in really poor areas, and these kids need hope. The only people they see with money are drug dealers. They need people like Joseph Parker to show that it is possible to get out of these areas and prosper. So I'm really blessed, that's why I'm doing it. And the second reason is because obviously Manu's a huge name. And it was really an honour to be on such an amazing card and to face Manu Vatuvai. I know he's got plans about becoming a professional fighter. So, you know, as my brother, I want to do him a favour and just give him a good challenge to see if he really wants to go down that road. But I just want to thank everyone, thank Manu for this awesome opportunity. Yeah, I dare you media put that in. Thank you.
So obviously David's overcome some challenges in his life, but now we turn to a man who's had a few recently with an Achilles injury playing in Salford, who's had a wonderful rugby league career. He's now taking on a new challenge in boxing, so Manu, with a few weeks with you.
Everyone, like Dave said, I should thank all sponsors for supporting this event. Digger for giving me this opportunity to jump on this card. It's awesome. It's a massive honour for myself, knowing making my debut and stepping into another arena. I'm kind of used to having 13 guys next to me to protect me, but now it's on my own. So it's going to be a massive challenge for myself. I know Dave, I respect him for everything he does. I know throughout, like you said, everyone knows him for all his antics that he does, but I know him as a person. I met him before, and just know how lovely he is as a guy and what he does for the community. So it's going to be a massive night. Hopefully put on a good show. I know all these fighters are here to do the same thing, so thank you guys.
Manu, clearly no animosity in that fight, guys. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with the bell weight. And so on my right here we also have Rogelio Rossi from Argentina. Now Rogelio's English isn't great. He does have his trainer here with him who speaks a little more English. So if you wish to speak to Rogelio later, that's probably the best chance to do it. What I can tell you about him is that in 2011 he fought Marco Huck for the WBO cruiserweight title. The fight went, I think, 7 rounds. Both fighters were deducted points for a variety of tactics, and it was a blood and thunder fight that put it on either way. So Rogelio's been at the very highest level, and he is here today to provide, or Saturday night to provide a test for Junior Farr. Obviously we've spoken about where Junior wants to go with his career, so Junior, please tell us now your own words.
First of all, just have to thank everyone who has put on this opportunity for us fighters to kind of showcase our skills. And I look forward to my fight coming Saturday night. I've had a great camp. I also did some training with Deontay Wilder, who has also prepared me well for this fight coming up. So yeah, so basically looking forward to Saturday night and putting on a great show. And I just can't wait to see you guys all there. Thank you.
Right, and that brings us to the main event, and my friend Alexander Flores, who is here with one thing in mind, and that is to beat Joseph Parker and make this career very difficult from there. So Alex, please.
I want to thank David Higgins, my promoter, for making this fight happen. Like I said before, this fight has been an opportunity for preparation. This fight was presented to me, I think, earlier in August or September for November 24th. It didn't happen. Then they told us again they wanted to fight December 15th. I said immediately yes. I've been waiting. I've been training for a fight for quite some years. Unfortunately, due to my past promotion issues that I had, I could probably say about like 10 fights fell through. Some fights were big, some were not. But it all led up to this, and I'm definitely winning December 15th. People don't know who I am now, but December 15th people will know how the great force is. And I'm stopping Parker. Like I said before, I'm stopping him. He's not going to go 12 rounds. And I love New Zealand. I love you guys' coffee. I have coffee probably like 2-3 times a day. Thank you for having me. I'll see you guys on the 15th.
Yeah, well, he's laid down the challenge there, hasn't he, for the man that a lot of people will be there to see on Saturday night. Joseph Parker. Joseph, what are your thoughts about what you just heard there?
Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. It's good to have my parents here with us and our team. Firstly, like the others before me, I'd like to thank Flooring Extra for the help they've given us to put on the show. It's great to be here down in Christchurch, obviously where my coach is from and his family. And we're looking forward to putting on a good performance. We've had a great camp. Like Kevin mentioned, we had a lot of rounds of sparring, so I'm in great shape. Alexander looks like he's in good shape, and he's here to, he's confident, and he's here to win. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. He says he's going to knock me out. I said I want to knock him out. So we'll see who's going to, do the talking in the ring. And after I knock him out, I'll buy him coffee. So I'm looking forward to Saturday night. It's going to be a great night of boxing. I'm looking forward to seeing the guys behind me put on a great show, and then hopefully I can put on a show myself. See you all there.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. So media now will break for one-on-ones. Obviously, there's a few guys here, so they will hang around. You'll get to interview whoever you want. So just grab them, take them aside, and get into your interviews. And please see me if you have any questions. So you want to do?